the final segment of the show for today. The topic is uprising in Syria, and we're talking to Dr. LMadu3, who has given us some information in terms of the relationship of Syria with the countries that surround it, and how it appears to be almost, it would be very, very difficult in terms of bringing any kind of real pressure onto Syria. Dr. LMadu3, let's pick up at that and give us some more revealing truths in reference to this.
As I was saying, you know, Jordan doesn't want to get involved because its own population is almost half, three-quarters Palestinian, and those Palestinians believe Jordan is their own country. They don't want to go anywhere. In 1970, Yasser Arafat and the Palestinians wanted to take over Jordan. That's how Black September came, was September 1970, when King Hussein crushed the Palestinian rebellion in Jordan. So King Abdullah would be very, 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 very reluctant to get involved in any way for fear of Syria arming those Palestinians to start
a war
against his own regime.
Yes. That's sad. I mean,
that's correct. So he doesn't want to get involved. Now Iran is very close with Syria. They're the two closest, you know, partners in that part of the world. Ahmadinejad supports, you know, have Bashar Assad 100%, because like I said before, Bashar Assad is Alawite, you know, the ruling class, which is an offshoot of Shiite. And the Shiites in Iran see them as the same, as
part of their own.
Part of their own. So they want to have what I might call a Shiite crescent in that part of the world. Shiite rule Iraq right now, you know. So, you know, the Iranians are fully in support of, you know, Bashar Assad. So if there's any conflict in Syria, expect Iran to help Syria financially and militarily to fight back. So that's very important. Now Iraq is now ruled by the Shiites. You know, before under Saddam it was Sunnis who ruled Iraq. And remember that the majority of Muslims in the Middle East are Sunnis. Okay, so now the Shiites also run Iraq, and they have a special affinity too with the Alawites who run, you know, Syria. So they are keeping quiet and keeping their nose out of the problem there because they have their own internal problem. Okay? Yeah, they have their own internal problem in Iraq. So if the Iraqi government comes out now against Hafez Bashar Assad, a lot of the Shiites in Iraq will wonder, hey, why are you turning against our own brother across the border? Okay, he doesn't want to do that. And moreover, the Shiites in Iraq will be uncomfortable for the Sunnis in Syria to take over. Because the Sunnis, if they take over in Syria, they might start funding and supporting the Sunnis who are still fighting against the Shiites in Iraq. Okay? Yeah, so the government in Iraq, being led by Shiites, might be very reluctant to start fooling around, you know, supporting the rebels who are Sunnis. You know, they've just toppled a Sunni regime in Baghdad, and they don't want under Sunni regime on their border that might start supporting the Sunni insurgents in Iraq. Now Turkey, you know, Turkey is a special case. Turkey has been the most, you know, fervent in opposing Hafez Assad. You know, they've given sanctuary to the Syrian National Council in Turkey, started arming them and all that. And in fact, their Prime Minister, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, you know, has criticized Assad harshly.
Open the borders to them.
Exactly, open the border to the rebels to cross and all that. But what is happening is that Turkey has its own problem. Turkey has its own Shiite problem. The Alawites, you know, who are in Syria, are also in Turkey. In Turkey, you know. And then you have another group called the Alevis. The Alevis are an offshoot of Shiites too. Now what happened is that the Alevis and the Alawites have united, even though they were quarreling before, have united about 15 million strong of them in Turkey out of a population of 70 million. Now they say, okay, well, Erdogan, you are telling us, you know, Assad, human rights and killing people. Now we want our own rights fully, like the ones you're supporting over there. Okay, so that's the trouble now. The Turkish government is coming up to those people are rebelling against them. Say we need the same full rights. You can't
that you're trying to give over there.
That you're talking over there. We don't have it here. Okay, and not only that, Turkey has had a Kurdish problem for long, like Iraq. You know, you have Kurds in Syria. you have cross in Iraq, you have cross in Iran, you have cross in Turkey. All of them want their own independence, okay? Now, none of those countries want to give them independence, but Turkey, the cross have been fighting the Turkish government for long. In fact, their leader, you know, Abdullah Öcalan, was the one who was captured in Nairobi, Kenya a few years ago and sentenced to death, which kind of brought down the rebellion quietly. But the cross are still there looking for trouble. So the cross in Syria and the cross in Iraq and the cross, you know, they might unite and start creating trouble. Or even Bashir Assad might start supporting the Kurds in Turkey to rise up against the government. So Turkey has its own problem. See, that's a very important thing to understand. That's why the war in Syria might, you know, affect all the regions. Lebanon is a special case also. Like I said before, Lebanon has been under the tutelage of Syria for long. Syria does not recognize Lebanon as an independent country. And the Hezbollah is being armed to the teeth. It's the strongest guerrilla group in the Middle East. Now, it's being armed to the teeth by Iran through Syria. Arms come from Iran to Syria. Assad pushes them to Hezbollah.